Hello and welcome back. In this lesson, I'm going to share with you some more tips and techniques for working with your layers. We're going to talk about how to stack your layers, how it affects your artwork, how to duplicate your layers, and then we're going to also talk about how to delete them as well. First, let's take a look at stacking layers. Again, if you want to follow along or practice when you're finished with this lesson, you can grab this file from the resources folder or directly from this lesson. So right now we have 5 grouped layers, and each is overlapping the one below it. And this is based on the stacking order of the layers. And as you know from previous lessons, we can rearrange the individual layers to overlap or stack on top of other layers based on the order that layer is within the layers panel. So now we have the group 2 layer above everything else, and then we can put it at the very bottom, and then it will be below every other layer. Now here's another quick tip for rearranging your layers. If you're having a hard time dragging and placing them into the location where you want them, because maybe they're getting nested into other group layers, what you can do instead is use keyboard shortcuts to move the layers up or down. So the keyboard shortcuts is the Command or Control key and the left bracket key to move it down, and the right bracket key to move it up. Now let me show you a couple of different ways to duplicate your layers. One way is to click on the layer that you want to duplicate and drag it down to this little icon right next to the trash can, and that will duplicate the layer for you. The option that I prefer, which is much faster, is a keyboard shortcut, which is Command or Control and the letter J, and that will give you a duplicate layer. Another option for duplicating a layer is to click on the layer that you want to duplicate while holding down your keyboard shortcut, which is the Alt or Option key, and then you're going to notice that your Move tool icon is going to change to a black and white arrow, and that lets you know you're in the duplicate mode. And when you click on a layer and drag it out, you will get a duplicate of that layer. You also want to make sure that you have Auto Select selected along with Group if you're trying to duplicate groups. If not, if you just select Layer, then it's going to just duplicate that layer and not the grouped items within it. So this time we only duplicated the green shape and not the green shape and the number. So let's go back to Group and try it again. I'm holding down my Alt or Option key. I'm going to click on the green shape and pull it out. And now I have 2 duplicates, one with the shape and a number, and then another one without the number. Now that I've made a mess of my document, I want to clean it back up by deleting my layers that I just duplicated. And to do that, I'm going to make sure that the layer that I want to delete is selected, and then I'm going to come down here and select the delete icon layer. And then it's going to ask me if I want to delete just the group only or the group and the contents. If I do just group only, it's going to ungroup it but keep the contents. Group and contents is going to delete everything. So let's go ahead and select this option, and then that item is deleted. We're going to do the same thing with this one, but this time I'm going to select my delete key to delete that layer. Now if you're on a PC, you probably don't have a delete key, so in that case you're going to want to use your backspace key. Go ahead and delete this one as well. And that's how you stack, organize, duplicate, and delete layers.